I turned myself in on my own accord to try to get this taken care of. So I'm just hoping to see if I can get a bond today, so I can be home for Christmas. I paid the bondsman $500 to get me to court. When I called the bondsman tells me he's out of town.
I
I
don't,
don't
I
know.
don't, I don't understand why you're telling me that it's up to your bondsman to get you to court. It
So I'm
looks
going to be
like
sitting
where it
here
is.
till January 3rd.
What?
I'm going to be sitting here till January 3rd after I've been sitting in jail 10 days.
This judge is about to decide if this guy gets to go home for Christmas or if he's spending it in jail. The guy is in custody for a theft he committed 4 years ago, and even though he turned himself in 10 days ago, he skipped court the first time, so they denied him bond. The whole thing here is very tense because you can feel the weight of this decision in the courtroom. I'm not too sure where to stand on this one. I don't know if the judge is right or wrong in his decision. Do you guys think he deserves to go home, or should the judge keep him locked up? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoy content like this, make sure to like and subscribe. Let's go ahead and dive in here.
How you doing today?
Fine. Are you Mr. Kelly?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm Judge Sanders. We're just having a docket call today. That's the purpose of this. And what it is, Mr. Kelly, is that's a 2020 case that you had. And apparently, uh, the state is requesting that your probation on that case be revoked and that you.
Yes, sir. So, I bonded out on that case, correct? And I paid the bondsman $500 to get me to court. When I called the bondsman tells me he's out of town. So I called Judge Sanderfield's office 3 times. Then I called the court clerk 3 times, and I called the district attorney's office and try to get a Zoom link. They told me they couldn't give me a Zoom link on the case. So I called back my bondsman. He says, "Well, what you need to do is start walking." So I called my attorney Watts at the time, and he said there was nothing he could do for me. So 10 days ago, I just got a new job working at Kohl's, making $27 an hour. 10 days ago, on Friday the 13th, I go turn myself in to Sedgwick County to get this taken care of. And then, I guess they finally just get a hold of you guys a couple of days ago on the 20th and said that I was ready to be picked up. But I turned myself in. I did everything I was supposed to do to try to get to court on back in July. I did. I mean, I called everybody I could, tried the judge, everybody, so my bond wouldn't get revoked. And then, I turned myself in on my own accord to try to get this taken care of. So I'm just hoping to see if I can get a bond today, so I can be home for Christmas. I did do my part of turning myself in and did everything I could back in July to get here. And I just want to get this taken care of. It's a 4-year-old case, sir. And like I said, I just got a $27 an hour paying job, and I just would like to get it taken care of.
It looks like back in June, your judge revoked your bond. You failed to appear.
Yes.
The court issued a bench warrant and a no bond hold.
Yes, sir. I understand that because I didn't show up in court, but it wasn't my fault. I paid the bondsman $500 to get me here, and he couldn't get me here. It was his duty to get me here when I paid him $500. I bonded out and gave him 500 to make sure I got here. And then when he told me he couldn't get me here, I called everybody I could. The judges' chambers. I called the district attorney. I called everybody I could, and it was all documented. And I even called Mr. Watts, my lawyer at the time, and no one could help me out. But now that I got this new paying job, I turned myself in on my own accord. I figured I should at least be able to get a bond so I can I'm trying to do what's right here, by turning myself in and getting this taken care of. And
I was honestly starting to feel bad for the guy at first, but now he's just talking crazy. He really thinks paying his bondsman $500 means it's the bondsman's job to drag him to court. That's just not how it works. I don't know who told him that or if he's just playing dumb or something, but that bondsman pays your bail, he doesn't have to babysit you. This guy really just needs to own up to his wrongdoing and stop pointing fingers. Blaming the bondsman and crying about missing Christmas is not going to help him get out of this mess. It looks like it's only going to make it worse. That's up to the judge to decide though, because honestly it's a tough situation. Your human instinct is to feel bad for the guy, but it seems like he's just playing dumb at this point. Let me know what you guys think about it. Let's get back into it.
I don't understand why you're telling me that it's up to your bondsman to get you to court.
Well, I paid him $500 to make sure I got here.
How much was your bond?
5,000.
Well, that's just the bondsman's fees for putting the money up for you. That's not the,
I figured that's the, well,
that's not to
ain't it their
pick you
job
up
to
and
make sure I
haul you
get
to
here?
court.
Ain't it their job to make sure I get to court though?
No, not unless you got some special arrangement with him, and that's nothing that the court has to do. And that's just his fee to make a bond for you so that you don't have to put up any money. Well, all right, in any event, Judge Satterfield has set that as a no bond hold. She wants to see you before she'd even consider bond, and I'm not gonna do a sideways appeal on this and overrule her. So
I can't get no bond?
nope, no bond. Now, what they have done is give you a special setting, expedited hearing on your case. And this is for bond revocation. And it's at 1:30 on January the 3rd. And that's to be in person.
And Your Honor,
And no bond until that time. Yes, Mr. Regier.
based off of the state's information, that is a 1 o'clock setting, but I believe it is an in-person setting on January 3rd.
I thought I said that. Maybe I didn't. Yeah, it's in person, right?
That is the state's understanding, Your Honor.
Yes, I understand that too. So, that
So I'm
looks
gonna be
like
sitting
where it
here
is.
till January 3rd.
What?
I'm gonna be sitting here till January 3rd after I've been sitting in jail 10 days.
Yes. Well, then I suggest that you do. I take it that you don't have money for a lawyer, and Mr. Watts had previously represented you. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what you might do, because I'm at this point, I'm going to go ahead and reappoint him for you, is you might get a hold of him and see.
Ain't no way of getting a hold of him. I've been trying to get a hold of him for a week.
You have his number?
Yeah, I got his number. My wife got his number. My mom got his number. We all been trying to get a hold of him for a week. I've been sitting in Sedgwick County Jail for a week.
Well, I'd suggest that maybe you try to give him a call this afternoon. If in any event,
How's that gonna help me any?
well, he could maybe file an emergency motion with Judge Satterfield, because I'm not going to overrule another judge here on that.
All right, so I guess we done here then.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you. You're excused.
Your Honor, could you repeat the time for the January 3rd date,
Yes.
please?
It's January the 3rd at 1 p.m. and she wants that in person. So I take it that means he needs to be at the courthouse in court.
Do you guys think the judge made the right call here? Personally, I do. I mean, yeah, staying in jail over Christmas would suck, but that's the reality when you're out here stealing stuff. Actions have consequences. This guy made his choices, so I think it was deserved. On top of that, he was crying the whole time too. He was acting like it was the bondsman's job to get him to court after he skipped his court date, and that's just not how it works. The guy messed up, he should face the music. It really just seems like this guy needs to grow up because he's over here crying. The one part where I thought he might be lying was when he said he had a $27 an hour job at Kohl's. I just don't think they pay that much. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but it seemed questionable. Either way, it doesn't really matter. The judge also made the right decision here. I respect him for putting his foot down. The law is clear: if you miss a court date, you're violating the terms of your bond. You can't just shrug it off. I think the ruling was pretty fair. But if you enjoyed this breakdown of the court hearing, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. Let me know in the comments what you thought about the hearing. Did the judge get it right, or should he have decided differently? Thanks so much for watching, and take care.